Let's put everything together and start off with the motherboard. First off, identify the CPU socket that looks like this. That is where the processor should be placed. Now you might want to apply a little bit of thermal paste on your processor if you do not have a pre-applied thermal paste on your heatsink. And don't forget to plug the CPU fan cable to the corresponding socket on the motherboard. Then you need to install the RAM onto the RAM slots. Be aware that the RAM must be of the correct type and installed in the correct position. Now you can install the power supply onto the casing. Note that different casing may have different placement for the power supply. Next, install the hard drive onto the casing. Grab the 24-pin power cable and plug it onto the socket, usually located on the right hand side of the motherboard. Then the 4-pin 12-volt connector needs to be plugged into the corresponding socket on the top left hand corner of the motherboard. Or if you have an 8-pin 12-volt socket on your motherboard, plug the cable for it. Connect the SATA data cable and the SATA power cable to the hard drive. Then take the other end of the SATA data cable and connect it to the motherboard. And finally insert the graphics card into the PCI-Express 16X slot on the motherboard, usually color-coded. Now that we have completed the assembly, we need a keyboard and a mouse, or a better mouse, and plug them in to the purple PS2 port and the green PS2 port respectively. Or if you have a USB keyboard and mouse, plug them into the USB ports available. You may also need an optical drive, such as a DVD rewriter or a BluRay-ROM if you desire so. If you already have a set of speakers, make sure it has a 3.5mm jack input, and you may plug it into the green onboard audio port or into a sound card if you have one. To get better performance out of your computer in terms of reading and writing data, you may want to switch to an SSD as your operating system drive. There are many types and sizes of enclosures that you may choose from, ranging from smaller ones to larger ones. Just make sure that the motherboard fits in and everything else inside that you may want to put. Last but not least, plug the VGA, DVI, or HDMI cable of the monitor to the graphics card. Thank you for watching.